Russian President Vladimir Putin has ended his visit to Egypt with the signing of several economic agreements. Earlier, he met with Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi to discuss the latest crisis in the Middle East. CGTN's Yasser Hakim has more.
The Daba nuclear reactor was the main highlight of the visit. The two sides signed the contract to begin work on Egypt's first nuclear reactor, to be constructed by Russia. It's expected to generate 4,800 megawatts of electricity and will cost over $25 billion. Another deal was signed to launch a Russian industrial zone in the Suez Canal. It aims to boost Russia's investments from $1.5 billion to $7 billion. Meanwhile, Putin came with positive news for the all-important tourism industry.
The Egyptian side worked tremendously hard to raise the security levels in the airports. We discussed with the Egyptian president the latest steps to resume direct flights. Our federal security agency issued a report that the Russian side is ready to resume flights between Moscow and Cairo. We have to sign a protocol about this issue, and we will work hard to finalize and sign the protocol.
Cairo has been pushing for Russia to lift its travel ban on the country, placed after the crash of a Russian passenger jet over Sinai in 2015. Tourism is a major source of income for Egypt, and as Mohammed Shihab, a hotelier, told me, the travel ban has heavily damaged the tourism industry.
We have a big hope to resume the flights as soon as possible to Sharm el-Sheikh because the Russian market is very important, and the occupancy for all hotels in Sharm depend on the Russian market, and it could be up to 40%, especially from the Russian and the rest from other nationalities.
Aside from the economic cooperation, the Russian president comes amid high tensions in the Middle East. And he says that Egypt and Russia see eye to eye on several issues, such as Libya, Syria, and Palestine. The two leaders have also agreed to work closely on countering terrorism.
I agreed with President Putin on the importance of information sharing in efforts to fight terrorism, especially with the movements of terrorists from unstable areas to other countries to launch terrorist attacks in these countries. We also confirmed the need for these countries to stop terrorists from passing through their borders and to share information about the terrorists with all other nations and institutions.
Through this visit, Putin has also sent a message that Russia is ready to support Egypt and Arab countries in the recent challenges they face in the Middle East. Yasser Hakim for CGTN, Cairo.
And Putin's arrival in Egypt is indeed expected to elicit different reactions, especially from the West, as Egypt is considered one of the leading U.S. allies in the Middle East. Let's get you some insight now from Dr. Ali El-Din Helal, a professor of political science at Cairo University. Professor, thank you for joining us on Africa Live. Now, President Putin visited Egypt at a time when tensions in the region are high. Did he speak about the situation in the Middle East?
Of course, it's a very dangerous, confusing, and troubled situation. You have proxy wars, you have civil wars, you have militia activities, you have extremism, terrorism. The tension became escalated with the American decision to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. This added more and more to the fire going on in the Middle East.
Dr. Helal, are we likely to see the resumption of direct passenger flights, though, to Egypt soon? Because that's probably one of the key issues that could be discussed between the two countries.
As I heard a little bit ago, Russian tourism is quite important to Egypt, especially in the Sharm el-Sheikh and Red Sea area. I think all indications shows that it's coming back soon. President Putin referred to that. Also the Russian Minister of Transportation referred to that. I think the principle is already agreed upon. I would like to relate to you that over the last 9 months, more and more scores of security inspection missions, Russian, surprise inspection to Egyptian airports, and our airports passed the test. I think now it's a matter of logistics and of arranging the exact times and who will be doing what.
Right. Dr. Helal, of course, Egypt has been very concerned with the security developments in the Northern African region, particularly in Libya. And Egypt is currently troubled as well with insecurity, especially in the Sinai region. So how can countries like Russia help secure the country?
I think this is a very good question. Egyptian army and police are doing the best they can. It seems to me, and this is a totally personal judgment, that we need some electronic high technology devices, which we do not have. I think this is the reference today, both in the Egyptian president and the Russian president, in collaboration between the two countries in combating terrorism. Remember that the Russian Minister of Defense visited Egypt around 2 weeks ago. I think most likely this meeting opens the door for more and more collaboration at the technological cooperation between the two countries in combating terrorism.
All right, Dr. Ali El-Din Helal joining us there from Cairo. Thank you very much indeed for your time on Africa Live.